Morning, everybody. Hey, screeners and meaners, this is Check It If Collected, transformation. And it's just a transformation for Transformation Revolt, aka Dragstrip. Wow, almost lost that. Anyways, alright, so what you're gonna do is this. I probably have done this quite a few times, so bear with me. Let me back up first so we can catch the whole angle there. Okay. Alright. And what you're gonna do is this. You can unhook the gun. It's probably going to fall out anyway because that has come super loose, so we're going to put it to the side there. You're going to come to the compartment there, and you're going to pinch these two together. Why, I don't know, but that's what this instruction says do first. So you pinch those two together. Now what you're going to do is this. You're going to come to the bottom, and I think I'm not doing this correctly, but this is why I'm doing this, because there's some very loose parts on here, and I have broken some parts on, I believe, Carnage, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, whoever breakdown is supposed to be, I broke some parts of them in, and I've actually just started doing my way to be more secure. All right, and I usually try to start in the legs area first, even though I think they tell you to do this here, but I'm trying to go to the leg area first because this kind of comes apart, clamps. Anyways, all right, you're gonna come here, make sure any bottom parts and see that needs to be loose other than this here, it needs to be out the way. Pull this down, all right. And what you're going to do is pull this engine compartment up. All right. And that point right there is exposed right over the two parts that you pinched in the beginning. Back up some more. And then you're going to expose this down. And these parts here are going to become his legs, his knees, or his whole shin section. But his base is whole legs. All right. And if I'm doing this correctly, I'm not exactly sure, but who knows. All right. I'm pulling out the wheels on the side there just because they come out that far. And just because, tell you the truth, because I can. I know I'm not going through the instructions, but the instructions are a little bit off themselves. If you have seen the instruction manual, you know what I'm talking about. But that's it. Anyways, you're going to come back here, pull those apart. And you're going to pull these down. All right. And you're going to have these knees area exposed. And I'm not exactly sure what that's for. These little points here, if you guys can see that. But it does something. I'm not sure what. All right, let this slide down. I'm sorry, does this flip up? I can't remember that I did the thing. It probably does. I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm pretty for sure these come down and stuff. All right, bend out and down, and then there you go, the legs. Now the legs are kind of unique. It has almost a feel to basically how Transformers the movie Sideswipe was, and that's kind of how it really looks and stuff. And not mistaken, I mean, it's probably did a better job at it, but you know, it's whatever. Anyways, you're gonna make sure these little clips here fall into place. If you guys can see that right in there, hope this picks up on camera. Is that clip there? Yeah, you go. I'm gonna clip in there. And you're going to clip it in there for more support, if I'm not mistaken, because that should come down over it. Yeah, because that's how it's going to come over. Okay. These pieces are going to come out. All right. And did I do the other side? No, I didn't. Shame on me. Sorry, screeners and meters. Sorry. Shame on me. But yes, that little piece there is going to come down and clip, and it's going to sit flush. And that's how your legs are going to look in the front. So you want to keep that flush from there on in. And again, I'm not going with the instruction manual because the instruction manual really does not do much help, but it is what it is from that. Okay, and this is how I've been transforming it, and this is what I found easier to me. You kind of find your own way, and I think we're very lucky to be able to do that with Transformers, because sometimes you have to really follow the instruction. But let me stop rambling, keep moving. All right, so what you're gonna do is this: you're gonna bring these down, and you're gonna bring these up, and they are going to, if I'm not mistaken, should just snap right into place. Let me see. Sorry, screeners and meaners. It should go in place. It should go right in there. All right, we're gonna come back to that, the knee parts, but for now, just put them up there. All right, and what you're gonna do is bring these parts in here, and this little part here, you can see that it's gonna match right in there. All right, and that kind of holds the assembly all together, if I'm not mistaken. But again, you're gonna make that go right in there and fall right into place. And maybe that's the way. So maybe it should have been like that in the first place, but I'm not exactly sure about that. You're gonna bring this in. These are gonna be the toes or the feet, whatever you want to call it, and bring the wheels in here. Now the wheels can sit multiple different ways. They can be back here like this, They can be off to the side, kind of like this. You can see those different versions of it, or how you want to do it. And the instructions, if I'm not mistaken, has it just kind of like this, just goes right in there, and it ends up being, you know, you can plug into one of these little ports in the back, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably am. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you plug into one of those ports in the back, and it's sitting there like so. Okay. Make sure, get a little close up of that. Come on, camera, focus, focus. Focus, get out of the way. Move my hand. There we go. You do the same thing over here. So you just let this double joint falls right into place. Let that snap, and then you kind of just have it. There, goes right into place. And it does have him stand up very well, even so he's still in that tall form. Back up a little bit, and that's how he just looks. But anyways, enough of all that. Now, here is the thing. We technically are, let me see if I'm not mistaken yet. This is the back of him, and this is the front. We're going to finish the rest of them first, and then we're going to worry about everything else. All right. Next, you're going to come up to the top here. Okay. We're going to look at this piece here, and we're going to bring this up. If I'm not mistaken, it should be something that slides. Is that just, I'm going to separate these pieces first. All right. And be careful with this little point here, because it does have a clip that slides down in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide these off to the side there, because they're on this hinge. You're going to put them right on top, right above each other. And again, screeners, I'm not doing everything because I found my own way at the instruction manual seemed like it was trying to sabotage me. That is what's going on there. But that's generally what I'm doing. Now, I loosened these pieces first for a certain reason. I started transforming this, and these here started getting very tight. And you can hear them going on, so I kept them to keep them in place so it can stay kind of put, to be honest with you. But anyways, your next step, if I believe, before you do that, is this. You're going to bring these up and get these loose. These are actually going to end up being his shoulder guards. All right, and these here might be kind of freely and loose, and that's probably what was going on, but that's whatever from there. All right, you're going to bring these points down, okay, from there. Now again, I'm not doing the same thing that the instruction manual says to do. Reason being is because I've had some issues with them. Again, I've broken one piece on breakdown because of that. I believe that's Carnage, and it did not sit well with me, and I was highly upset. All right, you're gonna come to the front point here. Go ahead and loosen these up, because they're gonna come up and down. They'll stay sturdy later, but right now you're gonna loosen those up. All right, so once they're loose, you come back here to the back here, leave the engine where it is, and you're going to be able to move your arms over. All right, you're going to loosen these here. And again, these will get some stress marks because I do have them in there. I know they won't come up on camera. They're kind of deep in there, but you're not going to worry about that right now, believe me. You're going to pull these aside. All right, as soon as they get loose. And it's really tight jointed, and I just get scared when I do this because it feels like I'm about to break something. I know I try to go to one side. Oh, okay, screeners and meters had a little snafu there. And basically what I'm going to say is this. There's a little part that just came off and then broke. They didn't actually break. They stayed together, thank goodness. And they're still on there, so we're just going to leave that as is. Now, in this area alone is a very tight fit. And the mistake I forgot to do was actually dropping these pieces that was in the middle. And they sit there, if I'm not mistaken. They sit here, and then they drop down. And that's my shame. Sorry about that, screeners. And basically what happens there is once these fit to the bottom, they slide around. If you guys can see that. So it's going to go over, and then at that point in time it's going to give leeway for the head to come down and through. Now, again, I still think this is by far my favorite Dragstrip, but I do have my reservations about it because it does have some complex transformations. And I'm not exactly sure what their aim was, but it is whatever. All right, these points are going to come up, but if you're going to see, they have these little stops on there. And it's probably not coming on camera, but they have the light position in there. But they have those little pegs that come there. But you want to have this come right through this piece here and come straight down and be able to expose his head down. Okay, and then his head's going to be able to pop up. All right, and now he's coming to start to take a little bit more shape. All right. All right, in this point in time, what you can do is go ahead and finish this area here, because that's what traditionally how his head, his backpack is you're gonna have this come down, and they're in this double hinge, so they slide right down and then they peg right in there. Okay, now you're gonna do the same thing to the other side, and I know they're very loose, and believe me, I have my issues with that, but it's gonna come straight down, and those are gonna peg right into there. It looks like it might peg into there, but it won't. It's gonna come straight down and peg into those little ports there. All right, now the shoulders is what's actually gonna keep them in place. So if you guys can see that there, you're gonna pull that down, and then that's gonna just kind of sit there. It's kind of nestled in there a little bit, and then that's gonna take care of that. Now, while you're here, you can bring the arm around, have it come down, let it bend, and then you can move his shoulder plates around after you switch the other side. Did the same thing. Shoulder plate's gonna come right up like this. Bring the arms down, and the arms are kind of like on this little loose little ball hinge, so you want to try to get it in this position where the joint is. The joint needs to come down. And also, oh, shame on me, when the joints come and you get it down to the preferred position, what you're going to want to do is this. Put them down and then have it kind of stand up. So you want to twist it down in preferred position. Feel it go around. And then, oops. Come on. Why are you doing this to me? There you go. Actually, see why it's been breaking on me. Anyways, here we go. There we go. All right. Now that that's there, you're going to bring the forearms out. Just like so. Be careful. Mine were very tight when I first did it. And they do snap into place. So be careful you don't pull them all the way. And I'm trying to stop. That little stop makes me, just remind myself. And then that's pretty much about it. Digging the shoulder pads. They work for them, All right, go to the back. Make sure the engine came up a little bit. I was on transmission. Make transformation. Engine comes up, comes down, and this piece here is gonna fit right into this port. It's gonna lock right into place. All right, make sure do the same thing to the other side, right into place. And they may look like they do not fit very well. I'm not exactly sure what is the meaning of that. We'll leave that alone. But again, you just want to keep on pressing until it gets down there to the point that it stays. You move this around, bring his legs to the front, have him just sit there, bring him there to shoulder pads or whatever you want to call them, shoulder guards, armor. Open your hand, whichever like. His blaster fits in both. He has this pretty cool, kind of like what you call it, blaster handle. And this makes him kind of unique. So there, and they fit right into that little port there, the little slots, like always. If you guys can see it, a little port there's on both sides, but it fits in the slot right in the hand. And there you have Transformission Revolt, aka Dragstrip. And I must say, back him up a little bit. Sorry, screeners. I must say that he's on point. I must say he's on point. He's got the looks. He has got the looks for Dragstrip. This fake Revolt is knockoff, imposter. But I am digging it, so I give it props to that. Okay, screeners and meaners, thanks for the watch. This was Transformission, just transformation for Revolt, aka Dragstrip, and appreciate you so much. Do what you do as long as you do it well. JRO Network, and I am out. Later.